Welcome to Verbal Pig Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Now, we're dealing with Houston, Texas, Sunnyside area, and I'm reading from the business section of the Houston Chronicle, and this is dated Saturday, September 24th, 2016. It says, Sammy Wiley, which is a elderly female, she lives in a storm-damaged Sunnyside home that is indicative of the neglect the neighborhood has experienced for decades, and decades meaning over 20 years. It was the country back then, says Wiley. The Sunnyside area wasn't the city, it was the country, but it became the city, building on top of building. She was 13 when her family moved to the neighborhood in 1949. Now, in the early 40s, the south side of Houston, especially the Sunnyside area, was thriving with black families. It was country. You had horses, they had land, they had agriculture. They were building for themselves. But for some reason, integration came in, and Houston, really, to be honest with you, Houston, Texas, had no need for integration because Houston was thriving for blacks back in those times. But you had your discrimination, but you have your discrimination now. So what? But the point I'm trying to make is they propose to set up a 200 and something unit apartment complex on Fountain View for the residents of the low-income residents of Sunnyside to move southwest over on Fountain View. But the people in Fountain View told their politicians, no, they blocked it. We don't want that. We don't want them coming over here. So they blocked it, which they knew they were going to block it. And so now what's happening is you have an abundance of people that they call in poverty. And then they would use the word minority, they use the word poverty synonymously to make a statement that poor black people are the problem in this area. So what they're trying to do is do like they did on the East Coast and the Midwest, to where, okay, we want to put this over 200 unit apartment complex on this side of town, but they block the people don't want you there. So what we're going to have to do is build this high rise, or the high rises that's already there. We'll move you in. We know the people will move out. We're turning into one big project. We'll move people in from all over the city into this one big project, and now we're able to monitor these projects, which will be a direct link into the penitentiary. They're gonna be testing all kind of bad foods, all kind of GMOs on the people. This is a setup. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand how can city leaders not warn the people. You saw it this being done on the East Coast. You saw it being done in the Midwest and throughout other cities in this nation, and now it's coming to Houston. If you own your home, or you should do whatever it takes to be a home owner, then once you become a home owner, then you get involved in the policies that protects your community, because you are a homeowner and you're going to fight to keep the value of your property. You're not going to let them, you can tell the signs of when they're purposely trying to lower the value of your property so they can snatch it from under you or offer your neighbors a certain high amount or a certain dollar value for their property so they can sell, and eventually hopefully everyone would sell. They move in, tear that down, build a $200,000 home where the average price of the home was $40,000. Raise the property value, sell it, make the money, bring more people in, and before you know it, it's called gentrification. And the people that were there since the 40s, like Miss Sammy Wiley, they'll be gone because they are the last remnants of what pride that was left in the community. Those are the ones who laid the ground rules. Those were the ones who saw the children acting up and would go tell the parents if they didn't whoop their child themselves. Those were the ones who made sure everyone ate, who talked about nutrition, where you can go into the community and they would have a type of herb or something to heal the person that was ill or suffering from some type of ailment. Those were the ones who taught pride in being yourself, how to grow food, how to take care of nature. They waited till that generation died. Then they moved in with the drugs in '84. Then they moved in with a type of music that wasn't speaking on anything positive. It was a lot of negativity within the rap music, but now it's slowly starting to shift back to being positive because the artists are starting to see the effect that their music was having on the community. So when they go back to the community and see the condition it is, but yet they hear someone driving down the street playing one of their songs, and they know, the artists know themselves that they don't live like that. They go into a gated community or to a community where the landscaping is kept up, where everyone has money. And they hear white kids playing their tunes. So the fact of the matter is, we as a people have to do better in building our communities. You don't have to wait on others to point you in the right direction. If you need guidance, and we all do, listen to the minister. The minister has great guidance for the youth and the elderly on building this thing. So hopefully one day we would wake up to and see the same plan that's been used for time and time again. It's the same plan, same gentrification. It's nothing new. It's new to the overall general public in Houston because it's in its beginning stages. But I just want to sit back and watch how many politicians, black politicians, who knows the plan, but they still continue to do what they'll do, or they'll still continue to let them take advantage of the community, but yet because they know that they're only going to get put in office by a small percentage of the black vote anyway. And usually the ones who vote them in are friends or people who put up money in their campaigns to help them get elected. But the majority of the people don't vote in the local elections, so their voice is never heard. So they make decisions for you because they feel like maybe you're not, well, let's put it like this. Back in the 70s, to live in a certain state, they would consider it a mental condition. So today, what they're saying is you can't think for yourself. You don't know what's good for yourself. I know what's best for you, so I'll enact these ordinances and these laws on your behalf, since I represent this district, even though I wasn't voted in by 70% of this district. Because 70% didn't vote. Only probably 20 to 30% voted. I got in on less than 20% of the vote, but I still make I'll make a decision on your behalf because since you didn't vote, then you're really not in your right mind. So let me help you out. I mean, it's time to wake up. It's definitely time to wake up and get involved in your life, value your life, and know who you are, and know what you're capable of doing. Verbal Pick Radio, we out.